Thank you. First of all, let me thank you for writing such an important book that
Thank you,
offers
sir.
us possibilities. What has been discouraging to me is despite much greater public awareness and much more money and much greater intentions, that the problem does not seem to be getting much better. One possible community-based approach was described in the Morning Sentinel, a paper in Waterville, Maine. And it struck a chord with me because law enforcement officials in my state tell me that their jail intake rooms resemble hospital emergency rooms. So what some police departments in Maine, including in Waterville and Scarborough and other areas, are doing is they are telling addicts that if they come in with their drugs and turn them in, that they will place them in treatment facilities. And this is a whole different approach for law enforcement to take. Rather than locking people up, helping them to get the help that they need. And it's also very community-based, as you have suggested in your book. In your experience, have you seen that type of program work better than the traditional approach?
A couple of things I'd say. First of all, in reference to your first point, Senator Collins, I think we need to keep in mind that this problem's been festering for 20 plus years. 20 plus years. People come to me all the time, why isn't it? I'm like, it's been going on for 20 years. We've been at this for a year and a half or 2 years. I mean, it seems to me that as a culture, we need to learn patience, and to not believe in silver bullet answers to mysterious problems like the mysteries of human pain, There's a complicated things. And so if we have not solved this problem in the last year and a half to 2 years, I would say, well, yeah, of course not. We just need to keep working at it. It's not, these things exist because it took a long time for these things to exist. Now, with regard to law enforcement, I'd say, in general, some of the most innovative folks and innovative things I've seen come from law enforcement. You'd think not. You'd think law enforcement would be holding on to the old ways of locking people. No, I've been amazed to see the remarkably innovative ideas that coming out of law enforcement. The one you mentioned is one of them. The one that I mentioned in my written testimony is about the transformation of jail. I believe if we come out of this with a new kind of jail, the new way that jail is run, as you see actually in the state of Kentucky, 24 jails doing this, that would be an enormous advance. And what's more, jail would then be an asset, again, and not a liability. Today, jail is a liability. It's a place where you take people who, once they've detoxed, want to see clearly the records of their own lives and want to change, and then we put them in a place that is tedious, predatory, ganged up, sexual stuff going on, all that kind of baloney. And the pods that I've seen in certain jails, in one in particular in Kentucky, are remarkable change. One of nurturing, one of coming together. It's where you're working on your recovery from the moment you get up at 8 in the morning and make your bed military style to 11 o'clock or whenever lights go out. That kind of change in jail would be enormous. And as I said in my testimony, I tried to highlight things that I thought would not just be beneficial to this problem, but for the next drug problem as well. So we're not playing whack-a-mole with this stuff. So I believe jail, in fact, is one of the great places of effervescence, you might say, when it comes to this epidemic and the way new ideas are being tried. It's in jail, and this I've never been to Maine, but sounds like what you're highlighting is one of those. I do believe it's an essential part of this. That if we come out with jail the way we always have used to run jail, then we will not really have advanced. The next problem will hit us, and we'll wonder why we're not making greater advances. My feeling is changing jail is the way it's happening. It's not just a revolutionary idea. This is you can find various examples of this around the country, and it's very invigorating to see, I have to say.
Thank you.